Hello everyone, how are you students? Now we are going to solve our example number 5, which is very important. Okay, so the question is, this is example number 5 of your NCRT. Okay, so the question is tan inverse cos x over 1 minus sin x, and here the range is given to us. Okay, so we have to write this in the simplest form. Okay, so let's start. So at a place of cos x, I'm writing this formula cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. This is a formula of 11th standard. Okay. So at a place of cos x, I'm writing this formula. And in the denominator over, at a place of 1, I'm writing sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2. Because this is equals to 1. So at a place of 1, I'm writing this. And then minus, okay, and this is your sin x, and sin x can be written as 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. So this is a formula of sin x. This is the formula 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. So this is the formula of sin x. Okay, so after this step, what you have to do, this is your cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. It's mean it is in the form a square minus b square. So the formula of a square minus b square is a minus b, a plus b. So I have written this formula. Okay, so this would be cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 and cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. So we can write this into this form. Okay, in the denominator, this whole can be written as cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 whole square. Okay, this whole can be written as like this, because when you will open this, you will get this one. Okay, so after this, I can see this whole term is cancelling out with this square. Now what is left? So this is cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2, cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2, and then the denominator you will get cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2, like this. Okay, now we are at this step. Okay, now I can see if I will divide the numerator and denominator by cos x by 2. So I will get, so I'm writing this cos x by 2 over cos x by 2. I'm dividing the numerator and denominator. Okay, so this is cos x by 2 and in denominator cos x by 2 plus this is sin x by 2, and the denominator you have to write cos x by 2. Okay, over and over. This is cos x by 2, and the denominator you have to write cos x by 2. Minus this is sin x by 2, and denominator divided by cos x by 2 we have to write. Okay, now I think this step is clear. This cos and cos will cancel out, it will give you 1, plus this sin x by 2 cos x by 2, it will give you tan x. So this in the numerator you will get 1 plus tan x. In the denominator, this and this will cancel out, you will get 1 minus tan x. Okay, in numerator you will get 1 plus tan x by 2, and in the denominator you will get 1 minus tan x by 2, like this. Let me adjust the next page, like this. Okay, now 1 plus tan x by 2, 1 minus tan x by 2. So this is a formula of tan pi by 2 minus x. This whole is a formula of tan pi by 2 minus x, because when you will open this tan pi by 4 minus x, you will get the same term. Sorry, here you have to write pi by 2. Okay, so when you will apply the formula of tan a minus b, you will get the same this term. So after this, tan inverse and tan will cancel out, and you will the final answer would be pi by 4 minus x. So this is your final answer. Okay, Now the next question is, which is very very important, that is your example number 12. Okay, so this is one of the most important question. Okay, the question is, we have to simplify that tan inverse a cos x minus b sin x over b cos x plus a sin x. We have to simplify this, and this condition is given to us: a upon b tan x is greater than -1. Okay, this condition is given to us. In this question, what I'm doing, I'm dividing the numerator and denominator by b cos x. By b cos x. See, when you will divide, what you will get. So here I'm dividing numerator and denominator by b cos x. So a cos x over b cos x, because we are dividing this by b cos x, minus it's b sin x, so divided by b cos x. Okay, and in denominator b cos x over b cos x plus a sin x over b cos x, and tan inverse will be outside. Okay, after this, this cos and cos will cancel out. You will get a by b here, a by b, minus, and here b and b will cancel out. Sin x upon cos x, that would be the tan x. Okay, and similarly in denominator, b and b will cancel out, cos and cos will cancel out, so here you will get 1 to 1 plus this is a by b, that is tan x, a by b tan x. See, after this step, the next step is very very important. Okay, so concentrate here. This is your tan inverse. This a by b can be written as tan inverse a by b, because tan inverse and tan will cancel out, you will get a by b. Okay, so the a by b I can write like this: tan inverse a by b minus tan x 1 plus, at a place of ab again I'm writing tan inverse a by b, and this tan x will be here. Now is it clear? Okay, this most important thing which you have to keep in mind, that a by b can be written as tan inverse a by b. That's it. Okay, now you can see this is tan. This tan inverse a by b, you can assume that is your y. Okay, this is your y, so tan y minus tan x upon 1 plus this is your y, tan x. So there is a formula for this. In the 11th standard, you have done the formula. Okay, this is tan a minus tan b over 1 plus tan a, this a, and this is b. So this can be written as tan inverse will be outside. At a place of this, I am saying you can write at a place of this, you can write tan. Okay, tan a, this whole term is your a, this is your a na, tan inverse a by b, this is your a, minus b is x. Okay, because when you will open this, you will get the same thing. Okay, and this tan inverse will be outside. Got it? Now this step is clear. Okay, now this tan and tan inverse will cancel out. Let's see on the next page. Okay, this is your same step. Okay, this tan and this tan inverse will cancel out, and you will get tan inverse a by b minus x. So this is your final answer. Okay, solve at least 2 or 3 times. Okay, I have seen this question many times in a board exam, so that's why I'm saying both the example 5 and example 12, both are most important. So solve it at least 2 or 3 times. Fine. Now this is your miscellaneous exercise. Okay. Uh, so I'm solving some selected question. Okay. Which are very important, and if you will solve this question, then the rest of the question you can solve very easily. Okay. So this is a question number 1. So cos inverse cos 13 pi by 6. This question is given to us. Okay, and we have to simplify it. Fine. So here cos 13 pi by 6. Okay. So this value 13 pi by 6 is not coming in the range of cos. The range of cos is 0 to pi within square bracket. Okay, that means 0 to 180. So this value is more than the 180. So this value 13 pi by 6 is not coming in the range of cos. So I am writing this 13 pi by 6. Can I write into this form? 2 pi plus pi by 6, because when you will take LCM you will get the same. So this 13 pi by 6 can be written as 2 pi plus pi by 6. Got it? Now 2 pi, as you know that in 11th standard you have done the quadrants. Okay, 2 pi plus means the values coming. This is 2 pi. After taking one whole round, I'm just revising it. If you don't have an idea about it, so please learn this concept from 11th standard. Okay, so this is 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, and this is 3 pi by 2, and this is 2 pi. So when you will take whole round, this value is 2 pi. So the value is 2 pi plus pi by 6. That means it is coming in this first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, this is the first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, the value of cos is positive. So I'm writing cos pi by 6. Okay. Because the value of cos will not change at 2 pi. So it would be cos pi by 6. This cos and cos inverse will cancel out and you will get pi by 6. Fine. So this is the required answer of a question number 1. Question number 2 and question number 3 both are same. Okay, you have to check the range, or if it is not in the form of it is not coming in the range, so you have to bring it in the form of in the range. Then you will solve question number 2 and question number 3 like question number 1. Okay. Now children, this is your question number 4. Okay. When you will solve, you will understand the question number 4, you are able to solve question number 5, 6, 7, 8. You can very easily you can solve all the other questions 5, 6, 7 or 8. Okay, so try to understand this concept in question number 4. See, we have to prove that sine inverse 8 by 17 plus sine inverse 3 by 5, that is equals to tan inverse 77 by 36. Okay, so first of all, what I am doing, if it is a sine inverse or whatever it is given except tan inverse, so you have to convert these functions into tan inverse form. So suppose here sine inverse 8 by 17 is given to us. So what I am doing, I am assuming that this is x. So x is equals to this part and this is your y. Y is equal to sine inverse 3 by 5. Okay, see what I am doing here. So in the first part, sine inverse will come on the left hand side. It would be sine x, that is equals to 8 by 17. Fine. So formula of sine is p by h, which you have done in 10th standard, I think so. Okay. So your perpendicular is 8, your hypotenuse is 17. So you have to draw right angle triangle. Here x angle is you are using, so you have to write x. Okay. So this is your perpendicular and this is your hypotenuse. So 8 and 17. When you will apply Pythagoras theorem here, you will get 15. Base would be 15. So I'm not showing all this thing, and no need to solve in your board exam also, but you have to show this diagram. This diagram is very important. Okay. So now tan x is the formula of tan is perpendicular upon base. So 8 by 15. So tan x will be 8 by 15. So you have to bring this tan on the right hand side. So it would be tan inverse 8 by 15, and here you have to write x. Okay. Now similarly here I am solving. Sine will become on this side. This is sine y 3 by 5. The formula sine is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. You have to apply Pythagoras theorem again here. You will get 4 here. So tan y will be 3 by 4. Okay, perpendicular upon base. So your y will be tan inverse 3 by 4. So this is your x, this is your y. Here you have a value of sine inverse 8 by 17 and sine inverse 3 by 5. So you have to take the left hand side first. I'm taking left hand side, and add a place of this, I'm writing this value, and add a place of this, I'm writing this value. Because we have a formula in the form of tan inverse now. So you have to convert the sine. If it is cos, if it is, suppose here you have a cos. So you have to convert this into tan inverse also. Got it? Now see. Okay, and now I'm taking left hand side, and this is the value of sine inverse, that is tan inverse 8 by 15 plus tan inverse 3 by 4. So here you can apply the formula. So you have a formula for this. So here I'm applying the formula. So this is the formula for this, and you have to take the LCM and you have to simplify it. After simplification you will get this answer. Okay, this is your question number 4. Got it? See, suppose here you have given that cos inverse, and what other function except tan is given, then you have to convert all of them in tan inverse, and then you have to simplify it. Okay, and suppose an equals to, you have to prove it is not tan inverse, it is cos inverse. So first of all you have to solve this side. Okay, then you have to solve this side also. Okay, you have to apply, take the left hand right hand side, and you have to convert that value into tan inverse. Suppose here it is cos inverse something. Okay, so you have to convert this value in cos inverse also. Got it? So this is how you can solve the questions of your miscellaneous exercise up to question number 8. So this is your homework. Okay, from question number 9 we will solve in another class. Okay, bye bye, all the best, take care bacho, bye bye.